Okay, this is your concept number 10, linear equations application problems. Now, the first thing that we're going to look at is just what is a linear equation. Okay, and the actual definition is an equation between two variables that forms a straight line when graphed. Okay, so your x and your y are raised to the first power. It's going to be really important. In order for it to be considered a linear equation, the x and the y in the equation have to be both raised to the first power and nothing else. Okay, and again, it's an equation between two variables that forms a straight line when graphed. So some examples of linear equations. 3x plus 6 equals 20. Okay, I have my x value raised to the first power, so it will be linear. X equals 10. Y equals -3. Y equals 2x plus 5. Or x divided by 3 plus 7 equals 12. Those are all linear. Okay? If you were to graph them, it would give you a straight line, and the x and or the y values are raised to the first power. Now, nonlinear equations. X squared plus 6 equals y. Okay? That x to the second power makes it nonlinear. It's still an equation. It is nonlinear, though. Okay? Y equals the absolute value of x minus 1. Those absolute value bars around the x make that nonlinear as well. Okay, y squared equals x minus 2. That squared on the y value makes that nonlinear. And then y equals 3 raised to the x power. So your exponent is now your variable. That is nonlinear as well. Now, these application problems are simply word problems. Okay, so the first thing that we do is we give you 5 general steps to solve these word problems. Now, it's going to be very important for you to keep these steps organized and make sure that you are writing each step down. Make sure you are completing each single step. So step number 1 is to define the variables in the problem. So whatever letter you're using, okay, whether it's x, y, m, l, n, a, whatever variable you choose, you need to define it. You need to say in words, what is that variable actually equal to? Okay, and that's just using words. Then, step 2, you're going to take that variable that you just defined and you're going to use it to create an equation that represents, that expresses the information that was given to you. Then your step 3 is simply to take that equation and solve it. Okay. Step 4 is look at your answer and make sure that it makes logical sense. With a word problem, a lot of times your answer is money. Okay. Or in other questions, it could be other information, but make sure that it makes logical sense for your problem. Okay. Then step number 5, which is going to be very important, is you need to take that answer and write it in a complete sentence. Okay. So just boxing your answer isn't going to be enough for these. The question itself was in word format, so your answer needs to be in word format as well. Okay, so let's just start by looking at an example. So we have here that Verizon Phone Company advertises service for 3 cents per minute, plus a monthly fee of $29.95. Okay, so they're charging you 3 cents per minute and a monthly fee of $29.95. So if Parker's bill for September is $38.95. We want to find the number of minutes that he used. Okay, so I know how much he spent in total. I want to work backwards here and figure out how many minutes did he actually use. Okay. So step number 1 is to define the variables in the problem. Okay, now you could use whatever letter you chose here. Okay, we chose M because I'm saying that M is the number of minutes he used. That's what I'm looking for in this problem. Okay, now you could have used X, you could have used whatever variable you wanted to. We chose M for minutes. Okay, so that is defining the variable in words. You need to do that for every one of these problems. Step 2 is I'm going to take that variable and the information that was given to me and create an equation. Okay, so you need to think about putting yourself in this situation. Okay, if this was you paying a phone bill, how would you calculate your final bill? Okay, now I knew that we were getting paid 3 cents per minute. Okay, so per means multiply. 3 cents per minute is 3 cents times each minute that you use. Now, 3 cents, since we're talking about money, you need to change that into 0.03 so that it's actually in money format. So I'm going to have 0.03 times m, because for every minute that I use, I am being charged 3 cents. So I would have to multiply there. But then you also have a monthly fee of $29.95. So every month you're paying at least $29.95, no matter how many minutes you use. Okay? So I have 0.03 m plus that monthly fee of $29.95. Then equals, because I'm making an equation, so I need equals something, equals my total bill. Okay, and Parker's total bill was $38.95. That was step number 2, was creating the equation. Now, step number 3 is simply to solve it. Okay? This is a 2-step equation, which we've done before. So 0.03 m plus $29.95 equals $38.95. You need to solve that equation. So you start by subtracting $29.95 to the right side. You end up with 0.03 m equals 9. Then your final step here is to divide both sides by 0.03. That's going to leave you with m equals 300. Now, step number 4 is to see if this makes reasonable sense. Okay, so 300 minutes is actually equal to 5 hours. Right? You have 300 minutes is actually equal to 5 hours. Right? And that's just because there are 60 minutes in each hour. So 300 divided by 60 is 5. Now, this is a reasonable amount of money for the amount of time Parker talked on the phone for in a month. Okay? 5 hours is reasonable for a month-long time for talking on the phone. Now, step 5 is also very important. You need to write your answer in a sentence format. So you're going to restate the question. The question said find the number of minutes he used. So our answer is Parker used 300 minutes in September. So you need to be using complete sentences. All right. Example number 2. So this is looking at ages. Laura has an older sister and a younger sister. Her older sister is 1 year more than twice Laura's age. Laura's younger sister is 3 years younger than she is. The sum of their 3 ages is 26. We want to find Laura's age. Okay, so I go through all of those 5 steps. Step number 1 was to define the variables. Now I'm trying to find Laura's age, so I used A. A equals Laura's age. You have to be writing that out. Now you could have used whatever variable you wanted to, that's fine, but your variable needs to represent Laura's age because that's what I'm solving for. Now, underneath of that variable, I also wanted to talk about each sister. Okay? So the older sister, okay, so her older sister is 1 year more than twice Laura's age. So more than tells me that we're adding. Okay? And remember, more than is that switch word. So that means that I'm switching the order of how I write it compared to how it's shown here. So 1 year more than twice Laura's age. Well, if Laura's age was A, and then twice that age should be 2A. Plus, because it's more than, 1 year is 1. So her older sister, that expression would be 2A plus 1. Now, the younger sister we were told was 3 years younger than she is. So if Laura's age is A, and her younger sister is 3 years younger than her, I would take her age and I would subtract 3. Okay. Now, their ages added up to be 26. So now that I have all 3 I have an expression for each of the sisters, okay, I need to set up my equation in step number 2. So I know that it says their sum of their ages. So that means that I'm adding them all together. Okay, so I have A, which is Laura, plus 2A plus 1, which is her older sister, plus A minus 3, which is her younger sister. I'm adding all 3 of their ages together because their sum is 26. Okay, now I have a multi-step equation. You have to first start by combining your like terms. So I have A plus 2A plus A is 4A. Positive 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. So 4A minus 2 equals 26. Now it's down to a 2-step equation. Add 2 to both sides. You end up with 4a equals 28. Divide by 4, you get a equals 7. Now, to make sure that this makes reasonable sense, you need to plug that answer back into each of the 3 expressions. So when you do that, you find out that Laura is 7 years old. Her older sister, when you plug that back in, that 7 back into 2a plus 1, you would get 15. And then her younger sister would be 4. Right? Those are reasonable ages. It makes sense. If she's 7, her older sister would be 15, younger sister is 4. And if you double check, 7 plus 15 plus 4 equals 26. So that portion is correct. Now, last step is your final answer. You have to write it as a complete sentence. Always go back to the question. Just reword the question. It said, find Laura's age. So we will say for her answer, Laura is 7 years old. Okay, just write out the answer in Word format. All right, 2 more examples. So Tanner was shopping at a used book sale where all books were selling at the same price. He bought 2 science fiction books and twice as many mystery books. He also decided to buy a poster for $5.40. In total, Tanner spent $50.40. What was the price of a single book? Okay, so I start with my first step, which is to figure out our variable. So P equals price of a book. Okay, that's what my question is asking. So I have to write that out, that P is equal to a price of a book. Step number 2 is to create your equation. Okay, now, we were told that there was 2 science fiction books, okay, and twice as many mystery books. So if there were 2 science fiction books, there had to be 4 mystery books. Okay, and that all comes from the question. He bought 2 science fiction books and twice as many mystery books. So that would be 2 and 4. Then we were told he bought a poster for $50.40, or $5.40. So I have 6P because I had 2 science fiction books and 4 mystery books. That gives me a total of 6 books. Right? Plus the $5.40 equals $50.40. That's your equation. Now you have to solve it. It's a 2-step equation. You subtract $5.40 first. That's going to give you 6P equals 45. And then you're going to divide both sides by that 6, so you get P equals 7.5. Right? Now, it makes sense. A book would cost about $7.50. That's a reasonable price. Okay? Then you have to finish it by writing your final answer in Word format, so the price of a single book is $7.50. Make sure that you're using the correct markings. This is money that you're talking about, so you have to be careful with that. You have to add on the 0 at the end because, again, we're talking about money, so you can't just leave that as 7.5. All right, one more example. So we have the length of a rectangular garden is 4 more feet than its width. We want to write an expression for the length and the width of the garden first. So that's going to be our first step here. So the width is W. The length, they told us, is 4 more feet than its width. So W plus 4. Okay. 4 more than is addition. Okay, so it's not 4 times X. 4 more means that I am adding. Now, part B, write an expression that represents the perimeter of the garden. Okay, perimeter is the sum of all 4 sides. We've done this before. Okay, W plus W plus W plus 4 plus W plus 4. Okay. Then suppose the perimeter of the garden is 32 feet. Okay, well, perimeter 32 would go right here, equals W plus 4 plus W plus W plus 4 plus W. Combine like terms, solve a 2-step equation, you end up with W equals 6. Now, if the width of the garden is 6 feet, okay, we knew the length was 4 more than that, so the length is 10 feet. Okay, so the dimensions of your garden, dimensions mean your length and your width, the dimensions are 6 feet for the width and 10 feet for the length. Those are the dimensions of your garden. Okay, now again, this was your concept number 10, which is linear equations application problems.